The following is transcribed.
Welcome to Bat-Supe, the never nutritious, definitely delicious podcast dedicated to the old-time radio adventures of Superman and the dynamic duo. Buckle your utility belts for lots of gaslighting, plenty of reprimands, and deja vu galore. Before we get to today's adventure, let's pause for this important message.
Everyone's raving about the new and improved, redesigned, laboratory-tested Bat-Supe can openers. These slick kitchen utensils have revolutionized the way people are eating never nutritious, definitely delicious Bat-Supe. Why, some of you are even using those swell can openers for other products. Well, here's a letter we got. Dear Bat-Supe, my dad was in the garage changing the oil in his car and used my nifty Bat-Supe can opener to open all the oil cans. He said there weren't nearly as many little shreds of paper or metal in the oil as there were with that last... Oh, well, we can't use that word, but he goes on to say, my dad was real happy. See, gang, we bet even Batman is using a Bat-Supe can opener to work on the Batmobile. Now, if you don't have your new and improved Bat-Supe can opener yet, it's really easy. Send in 3 canned lids of Bat-Supe, include your name and address, and we'll send you one free. And it's all from your friends at Bat-Supe, available wherever fine podcasts are sold. Never let your pet play with electricity without a license.
And now, Bat-Supe presents today's adventure, Part 8 of The Story of the Century, as originally broadcast on April 10th, 1946.
Kellogg's Pep, the super delicious cereal, presents The Adventures of Superman. Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. Yes, it's Superman, strange visitor from another planet, who came to Earth with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men. Superman, defender of law and order, champion of equal rights, valiant, courageous fighter against the forces of hate and prejudice, who today turns the tables on Perry White and Lois Lane to repay them for their April Fool's joke, and to teach them that a practical joke is no joke at all. We'll join them in a moment. But first, here's a good tip from Dan McCullough.
Say, gang, how are you about running errands for Mother? Well, it pays to be willing, you know, and particularly when she sends you to the grocery store, because chances are she's ordering another package or 2 of Kellogg's Pep. And that's always good because it means that you're going to have the exciting fun of finding your prize inside. Maybe it'll be one of those brand new second series comic buttons to add to your collection, like Andy Gump, for instance, with his funny nose and his mustache, or Popeye with his silly hat and corncob pipe, or Superman himself. Every single one of these comic strip characters looks just as real and just as lifelike as he does in the funny papers. And are these new second series buttons smart-looking? White enameled background on real sturdy metal with the pictures of your funny sheet favorites reproduced in brilliant red and yellow and blue and black. Looks mighty snappy pinned on your jacket or your dress or cap. And say, gang, isn't it swell that these Pep comic buttons are so easy to get? You don't have to send in a single penny, not even a buck stop. Fact is, you can't buy them anywhere. All you do is to ask Mom to get you plenty of Kellogg's Pep, and you'll find your exciting prize in every package you open. Remember the name? It's P-E-P, Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, made by Kellogg's of Battle Creek. Now, the adventures of Superman.
When Clark Kent realized that the baffling events of the past few days had all been arranged by Lois Lane, Perry White, and Jimmy Olsen as an April Fool's joke on him, he resolved to teach them a lesson. That night, believing Kent was still unaware of the joke, the 3 pranksters drove to White's suburban home for a celebration dinner. But as they left the car and walked up the path to the house, they stopped dead in their tracks, unable to believe their eyes. The house was gone. There was nothing left but the gaping hole of the foundation. A few minutes later, when they returned to the strange scene with the sheriff, they gasped in amazement, for there, once more in its accustomed place, was Perry White's house. Hovering above them in the dark sky, Clark Kent in his true identity of Superman chuckled. And as we continue now, White, Lois, and Jimmy are a study in bewilderment as Sheriff Teagle lashes out at them.
Now, you see here, Mr. White, just because you're the editor of a big newspaper don't give you no leave to fool around with the law.
I wasn't fooling around, Sheriff.
Oh, of course not.
When we were here just a few minutes ago, the house was gone.
Oh, it was, eh? I suppose it just spread its wings, flew away, and then flew back, eh?
I can't understand it.
Neither can I.
I ought to lock up the three of you, that's what I ought to do. Get me out here on a fool's errand. That all you got to do with your time?
But, Sheriff, the house was gone.
You say that once more, young lady, and I will lock you up.
What?
Why, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
But she was,
You be
Sheriff.
quiet, Bub. You're big enough to know better, too. Now get in the house, all of you, and if you ever do a fool thing like this again, I'll run you in sure as my name's Sam Teagle.
Come on, Lois. Jim.
Oh, good night, Sheriff.
Good night. And remember what I told you.
Watch the stairs.
Gee, this is the strangest thing. I'm sure the house was gone when we were here before.
Of course it was.
No, it couldn't have been. Oh, where's my key?
What do you mean it couldn't have been, Chief? You saw it. I mean, you saw that it was gone.
We must have been on the wrong street.
No, I don't see how
It was dark, and we were laughing about Kent. I turned into the wrong street, that's all.
Well, I suppose that could be it, but
No,
that
of course
doesn't
that
seem...
is. Now, come on. Forget about it.
It wasn't the wrong street. I remember.
I said it was. Now, forget about it.
Oh, is that your phone?
Yes, I'll get it. Hello? Who? Oh, yes, Tony. What? What's that? Say that again.
What is it, Chief?
Just a minute, Lois. Yes, I hear you, Tony. You said... Yes? Yes? Oh, you did, eh? Oh, wonderful. Where are you? Where? Just a minute. Write this down.
Wait a minute, I'll get a pencil.
2117 Marchbank Drive. Got that, Lois?
2117 Marchbank Drive. Yes.
Oh, okay, Tony. Sit tight now, and I'll be right out.
What happened, Chief?
Tony Sloan found Judge Harrison. Where's my hat?
He found who?
Harrison? The judge who disappeared 2 years ago after sentencing the Scalzi gang?
That's right. Where'd I put my hat?
Where did Tony find him?
I don't know, but they're at that Marchbanks Drive address right now. Oh, what a scoop. What a scoop. I did Harrison a couple of favors in the old days, and he told Tony he'd give me the whole story. Well, don't stand there staring, Lois. Help me with find my hat.
Well, it's right behind you on the table.
Oh.
Come on, Chief, I'm going with you.
Yeah, so am I.
Well, come on. We'll take my car.
Sleeping lizards, wait for me, Mr. White. Miss Lane, wait. Jeepers, what a story.
Number 2117. Here we are. Now, come on, get out, Lois.
Okay.
Why, this is an empty house.
Yeah. The windows are all boarded up. This can't be the place, Mr. White.
It's 2117 Marchbanks Drive, isn't it? Now, come on.
This house looks as if it had been empty for a long time. You suppose Judge Harrison was hiding out here?
We'll find out right away. Oh, what a story. What a story, and it's all mine.
Now, watch the steps, Miss Lane. They're all busted.
Okay, Jim. thanks.
I'll see that Tony gets a nice bonus for this. Now, where is he? Tony! 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 Rap on the door, Olson.
Okay.
Well, that's funny. Wait, I'll try the door. It's unlocked.
Be careful, Chief.
Tony! Where are you? Tony!
He's not here.
He must be here. Tony! It's me, Perry White. That's strange. Got your fountain pen, flashlight with you, Olson?
Yeah. Here it is. What are you going to do?
Have a look inside, of course. I don't like this.
Oh, I don't either.
There we are. Now, come on.
Oh, wait.
What's the matter?
It's awful dark in there.
Brilliant observation. Come on, let's go. Tony! Tony Sloan!
You're sure he said 2117 Marchbanks, Chief?
Didn't I repeat it, and didn't you write it down?
Yes, but...
Just stay behind me now. Oh.
What?
Oh.
What is it?
Look straight ahead. Where I'm pointing the flash.
Good heavens.
A man lying on the floor.
Is it Tony?
I don't know. He's all huddled up with his back to us. Now, come on.
Oh, it's just an old tramp.
Yes, and he's sound asleep.
We'll find out who he is. Hey, you, wake up. Wake up, I say.
Go on, go away. Cops?
Who are you?
I didn't do nothing. I was just sleeping here, see? I couldn't find a hotel room. I was gonna... Hey, you ain't cops.
I didn't say we were. Listen, did you
Maybe
see...
you're Mr. White, huh?
Yes, I'm White.
Oh, look out, Chief. He's getting up.
Oh,
I got a note for you.
A note?
Yeah, a note. A fella named Tony gave it to me, and he says to stay here till you come and give it to you. He said you'd give me $1.
All right. Here. Here's your $1. Give me the note.
All right, here you are, boss. Thanks.
What does it take, Chief? Read it out loud. Here, I'll hold the light for you.
Mr. White, something turned up and we have to leave fast. Get down to Pier 6, North Docks as fast as you can. Tony.
Pier 6, North Dock. Well, what's the idea?
I don't know. Say, you.
Yeah?
Was anyone with the man who gave you this note?
Yeah, an old white-haired guy. This Tony called him Judge.
Sure, Judge
Mike
Harris.
Quiet, Olson. What happened to make them leave?
Well, a car drives up in front of the house and honks its horn. Tony goes outside and talks to the guy in the car, and then he comes running back in here, and he says to the old guy, "We got to get back to the pier, Judge. Ellis is there."
Ellis?
Who's Ellis?
How should I know?
Oh, okay. Come on, Ellis. Jim?
I don't understand this, Chief.
Neither do I. Who's Ellis?
We'll find out when we get to the docks. We can be there in a half hour if we cut across the highway. I've got a hunch this is a terrific story. Well, here's Pier 6. Move your stumps, Olson.
Okay.
I don't see Tony.
I don't see anybody.
Neither do I. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, here it is.
What?
Tony's note. I want to make sure he said Pier 6. Yeah, it's Pier 6, all right.
Well, then where's Tony and Judge Harrison?
I don't know. Something must have gone wrong.
Puzzled, Perry White, Lois Lane, and Jimmy Olsen stand at the dark, deserted pier, straining their eyes through the light, misty fog. We'll return in a moment for the exciting climax of today's episode. But first, here again is your announcer.
Say, gang, just in case your mother should ask, here's what to tell her about why you like Kellogg's Pep for breakfast. First of all, this super delicious whole wheat flake cereal tastes doggone good. It's crisp as can be and loaded with sunny, golden toasted, wide-awake flavor. Then Kellogg's Pep is good for you. Every bowlful gives you more than twice as much of an energy vitamin B1 as sun-ripened whole wheat, plus your whole daily minimum need of sunshine vitamin D. That's the vitamin sunshine makes for you, you know. Helps build strong bones and sturdy teeth. And, of course, you get a new comic button for your collection every time Mom opens a new package of Pep. Maybe Hans or Fritz or Olive Oil or maybe Superman himself. And if it's a duplicate, that's even more fun because then you can trade with your pals and still add to your collection. So how's about asking Mom right now to get you some Kellogg's Pep tomorrow? That's the only way you can get these snazzy comic buttons, you know. You don't send in any money, not even a box top, and you can't buy them anywhere. But there's a prize in every package of P-E-P, Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, made by Kellogg, the greatest name in cereals. Now, back to the adventures of Superman.
Following the directions in reporter Tony Sloan's note, Perry White, Lois Lane, and Jimmy Olsen drove to Pier 6 on the Metropolis waterfront, but found it dark and deserted.
Note says Pier 6, but there's not a soul around. Something must have gone wrong.
How about checking with the office, Chief?
We'll wait a few minutes more. If Tony doesn't show up...
Looking for Tony Sloan, friend?
Huh? Behind us. Good heavens.
Who are you? Put that gun down.
Just don't make no funny moves and maybe the gun won't go off.
Creep.
What's the idea?
You're too nosy, mister.
Nosy?
Yeah, lady. Like that reporter Tony Sloan was. We don't like nosy folks, see? They get in our hair. Now just turn around and walk out on the pier.
The pier?
Yeah, the pier. All the way to the end. Get going.
What for?
You'll find out when you get there. You won't like it, but that's what happens to nosy guys. Now get going. I'm in a hurry.
Now, wait a minute.
Get going, I said. Now, this gun might go off. Go on.
What? Gee whiz.
Their knees like rubber. Perry White, Lois Lane, and Jimmy Olsen turn slowly and walk out on the dark, deserted pier, closely followed by the hard-faced stranger with the gun. What does this mean? And what will happen? Is this another prank by Clark Kent, who promised to teach his friends that practical jokes are dangerous? Or is it real? We'll find out tomorrow. So be sure to be with us when White and Lois and Jimmy receive the surprise of their lives. And so does Superman. Tune in, same time, same station, and follow the adventures of Superman.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Fellows and girls, be sure to follow the adventures of Superman. Brought to you every day, Monday through Friday, same time, same station, by the grand old Kellogg Company of Battle Creek. Superman is also a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC publication. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
That was part 8 of The Story of the Century from The Adventures of Superman. Thank you for listening. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to Bat-Supe wherever you get your podcasts, or even on YouTube. You can also like us and reach out on Facebook. Bat-Supe is now a proud member of the Moonlight Audio Theater family of podcasts and will soon be heard as part of the Mutual Audio Network's Saturday Story Circle. Learn more at bat-supe.podbean.com. That's bat-supe.podbean.com. That's going to wrap things up for this episode of Bat-Supe, but be sure to tune in next time when you'll hear Lois Lane say...
Now, you listen to me, whatever your name is. I don't know what you're up to, but you can't get away with this.
Ladies and gentlemen, the chief hope of our enemies is to divide the United States along racial and religious lines and thereby conquer us. Let's not spread prejudice. A divided America is a weak America. Through our behavior, we encourage the respect of our children and make them better neighbors to all races and religions. Remind them that being good neighbors has helped make our country great and kept her free. Thank you.